And so how are you anyways?
I'm good. Just helping run the Living Skies Provincial Championships. How are you?
Yeah, so what, okay. And that's happening this weekend. Just happened.
It's happening, this weekend. So yesterday, all day from like 8:30 to like 9 at night. And then today, basically same thing, 9 a.m. to I'll be there till about 7 p.m. So it's just out in Martinsville because we need the 3 courts.
Oh, so that big building there.
Yeah, and then we're actually using the high school. So we have 4 gyms running
Holy
at all
smoke.
times. We did a coaches clinic. We actually did a star blanket ceremony. And then we did some yoga, and then we have cultural programming as well. So when the athletes aren't playing, they do things like that. And then we actually feed them as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many teams?
That I don't know off the top of my hand. I know today when we're going over statistics with the manager, Paige Crozon, I think this year we reached 1,000 and maybe 50 athletes in the province.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And you're like running, coordinating, are you coaching?
So I kind of help coordinate with, there's about a handful of us. If I have to step in and coach, 100% I do that. If I have to ref, I also ref.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kind of just make sure that things are running smoothly.
Everything.
And then if there's situations, we just kind of handle them in the best way that we can. And then just kind of there to pump up the kids, mingle with the families, make connections.
Cool. That sounds fun.
It's good.
Yeah. Intense.
It's good. It's a bit tiring, but it's really rewarding. And then when you get to work alongside people like Mike Tanton, Paige Crozon, Tristan, it's a fun time. When you got a good support circle, it's fun.
Okay, well, before we go, let's give yourself a quick introduction.
Okay.
And just, let us know what you're about.
Okay, so I'm Brittany Brunn. I am a proud Métis woman from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. My lineage actually stems from Atakakoop, Mistawassis, which is pretty cool because I was born and raised in Prince George, BC. So right now, what I do for an actual day job, which a lot of people kind of ask me because I'm doing a lot of other things, I'm an Indigenous coordinator for Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools. So I'm currently at Edie Fian and Bishop Murray. I love it there. High school is my jam. I was in elementary for years. The littles are cute, but I like the big kids. And then when I'm not doing my day job, I am on the board of directors for SaskSport. So I actually chair all of the Indigenous sports within the province. And then I also sit on the Diverse, Equity, and Inclusive Committee for Softball Canada. I know, it's a mouthful. And then I'm also sponsored as a multi-sport athlete by Popeye Supplements, Rawlings, and Mio Movement. And then sometimes I like to do some modeling with Oasis Boutique. I'm also a wife and a pug mom. So this is kind of what I do. And then when I'm not doing all this, I guess you're going to catch me on a diamond playing slow pitch for a couple different teams. I travel within Canada, and then I also play basketball. Yeah, that's me. There you go. I've never actually said all of that out loud. That's a lot. How do I do this? I wonder. Yeah. I don't know how, but yeah.
That's what I'm wondering right now. I'm like, that's a lot of hats to be wearing.
It is a lot of hats, and I never thought about it till now. Actually, sitting here, I'm kind of mind blown a little bit. I don't know. I like to do it just because giving back. And I find if you give back, if I ever am in need of anything, the community will give back to me. And so that's why right now, when I'm young and healthy, I want to do this stuff now. And yeah, I might be tired. It might take time away from my husband and my family, but it's worth it, and it'll pay off. Essentially, if I ever need it, the community will give back, and so that's why I like to do it, and just be there for the kids. Some kids don't always have positive connections or like a safe environment, and if I can be a safe person to them, or just be a connection piece for them to believe in themselves, or help them remove barriers and have access to sports, safe housing, help them with jobs, even just being there to believe in them. That's why I do it. Yeah.
So I guess in those moments, because I'm sure it happens where you do maybe feel a bit worn down. So how do you find that balance, or try and stay grounded, or get your energy back up?
Great question. So as a young adult, I'm learning still. And I think that as we grow, we continue to learn how to balance life and everything that we're doing. So some things I like to do that keep me healthy is sports. Sports honestly saved my life from a young kid. They've gotten me to where I am today. And then just working out, I guess, to help relieve some of the stressors that I deal with in my personal life and then in my work life too. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I do get burnt out. Those are the times where I'm going to veg on the couch and watch a lot of Netflix like good girls. But I'm learning better balance. So
Well, Love is Blind.
no Love is Blind, straight good girls.
What? Oh.
The Secret Lives of Mormons. I'm also watching that. It's a great show.
Another thing, okay, that I wanted to, being Métis as well, and kind of newly, like growing up, I never really knew my Indigenous side very well. I was raised by my mom. And it wasn't until after high school that I moved to Saskatoon, met my other half, my other side of my family, got pretty connected. And then honestly, when I started hanging out with Kayla and Shayna with Nawa Wellness, and I really started to dive into like Indigenous culture, Indigenous ways, and then talking with my dad and like finding our lineage and like all that happening, it just kind of like opened up a new like brainwave, a new world, a new everything for me. But for you, how do you keep your culture and heritage in all of the things that you're doing and with sports, with business, with speaking, with working with the youth? How do you try and keep your culture involved in all of that?
So I actually kind of share a similar story to you. So my family, they all grew up here. So that would be like my dad. So my dad's side is my Indigenous side, my aunties and my uncles, and they weren't proud to be Indigenous. There was a lot of racist things that happened. And so growing up, I didn't really partake in culture, right? My dad was very ashamed to be Indigenous. And there's oftentimes I remember as a little kid that I'd wake up and his card would be cut up in a bunch of pieces. And I remember knowing that it was something that was important. And so I would actually tape it back together when I was little. And our family has always been very big into hunting and fishing. And so for taking what the land has given us and supporting our family, we've always given back to the land. But coming here is really when I started to dive into my culture. We've always like used the hides for different things, like make drums. My family's very musical, and then I'm the oddball out that does the sports. I am not musical. I tried it; it's not my jam. But so we did that. But as in terms of like smudging, actually connecting back to the reserves that my family stem from, that's been me. So, unfortunately, but also fortunately, this is falling on me to continue that for our family. So if or when I have children, that's something that I want to instill in them. And that's something I'm actually going to teach my husband, as he is not Indigenous, but he's been learning alongside me. So finding a good balance and something that I like to do before my sports sometimes, especially if I'm not thinking positively, and because that's going to happen to every athlete, is a good smudge. That's something that I do quite regularly. That's something that I've also learned as becoming a young adult. And when talking to kids and in youth in camps, also acknowledging my surroundings, like my team members who aren't Indigenous, they ask like, Britt, is it okay if we want to make ribbon skirts? Is it okay if we make ribbon skirts? I'm like, heck yes, that's allyship. That's great. I love it when people want to learn. And doing that part as an individual and as a family member for a family that once wasn't proud, that makes me proud. And to actually be honest about my journey, because everybody walks a different journey, and to allow kids, to allow other adults, to allow my friends and family to see that, it makes me proud. It makes me proud to be who I am. And parade around being like, I am Métis, and learning Michif too. So I do know how to introduce myself in Michif and just kind of learning this stuff because my family wasn't proud. And there's a lot of kids that still aren't proud. And so being there and being able to say, hey, like I was there once too. But when you're ready and if you want to, you can start taking those steps. And if you need support with that, like I got you. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, that's
Sorry. It's long-winded, but yeah.
That Machif, I would love to learn it.
Do you know if you're northern
As
or southern?
no, but my dad would know.
So there's two
My
different dialects for our province, at least.
right.
So like I'm northern, so that's a taunt and southern
Mm,
is taunt. It's very
mm.
which is cool. Mm-hmm.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'd be like taunt. So hello, that's hello, right? Taunt, Brittany, Brunn, Nasigasan, Saskatoon, Ochinya. So I would just be like, hello, my name is Brittany Brunn. I'm from Saskatoon.
Mm, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know Métis Nation they're putting together a Machif program to start teaching.
Yep.
I don't know when. Hopefully soon, because I would love to just start taking those classes. I was talking to them about doing one here once
Mm-hmm.
a week.
They should. So the guy that you're going to want to talk to is probably Samson Lamontagne. That's who I learned from. And so at the school that I first started teaching at, well, I guess I'm not a teacher, I'm a coordinator, but the school that I was first placed at is actually St. Michael's, which is just down the road from here.
Yeah.
And it's a very Michif school. So everything we do, like rock, paper, scissors, it's in Michif. So it'll be like, pa, pi kind of thing. And everything we do is in Michif. So we take the kids actually on the land and we'll be like, what's a rabbit? What's a buffalo? And that's where he started there in that program. And so that's who I've learned from, I guess.
That's just on 33rd?
Yeah, just on 33rd.
Yeah, I actually used to volunteer there.
Yeah, great little hidden gem. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
They had a food program.
Yep.
So I'd go and help out once a week there. Long ago.
Yeah.
When I was in police science
Oh,
back in the day.
so giving back though, see?
Yeah, it was good. It was
Yep.
really cool.
Yep.
It was really fun. And yeah, hidden gem for sure.
Heck yeah.
Good kids there.
Yep.
Okay, so with all these sponsors, now there's so many eyes on you. So this must be a pretty different feeling. Do you feel like maybe it has like changed you in any way? Or do you feel like a pressure? Or do you or not really?
No, 100% I feel pressure.
Yeah.
There's things that have gone back to me about people actually not saying nice things about me. I think probably not believing that I should be sponsored. And just as everyone else, I'm going to feel that. It's going to hurt my feelings. I'm gonna actually, it made me doubt myself, being like, am I the person that should be here? And I really had to actually take a step back and really be like, you know what, like, is this who I am? Is this what I want to do? And I thought about it and I'm like, what have I always been doing? I've always been coaching. I've always been advocating for our Indigenous communities and more specifically for women and our girls too. And I thought about it and I was like, why does it matter? Right? Haters are always going to be there. That's a good thing. If people are talking about you, that's a good thing. And what that taught me, and kind of based on what I know, is if people have bad things to say about you, that's a self-reflection on them. That's not 100%. On me. Yeah. And so, yeah, it rattled me. I took some time away, which might be my time to kind of balance things where I'm like, I need a breather. But I don't mind it. I don't mind having eyes on me. I think I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I love helping youth. If I could do anything, it's be a positive role model for our kiddos, and show them that, like, if I could get these things, if I could break barriers, because I didn't have a good childhood. I struggle with anxiety. I'm diagnosed with complex PTSD. If I could do these things, why can't you? Or maybe you can actually, right? And so sometimes dealing with that pressure and being in the spotlight, yeah, it kind of bogs me down a little bit, I guess. But at the end of the day, this is why I'm doing it. It's not just for me. It's for the future generations to be like, oh, Britt Brunn, that's an Indigenous woman. She's the first one to do it in her province. I want to do it. I want to do better things than her. That's why I'm doing it. And I hope they do it. I hope they do much better things than me. Go further than me. The sky's the limit. So when I think about the haters and when, yeah, it gets me down, end of the day, heck 'em. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. And that's why I do it.
Heck 'em.
Heck 'em. I can't say anything else, I guess. So heck 'em it
So
is.
awesome. Heck 'em. Yeah, that imposter syndrome is real. And it's probably one of the most common things I come across with people that are doing good things. They start listening to the haters. They start those things that they're saying. They start agreeing with them or trying to defend themselves in their own head when that's not even the point of what you're doing. Somebody sees value in you. So they asked you to be a part of their brand or to come speak here or whatever it is. Who cares if these people don't see value in you?
Exactly.
Like you can't make everybody happy.
Exactly.
So go help the people that want to be helped and just add where you can. And some people are going to love what you are and what you have to say, and others are not. And like you said, it's a reflection of themselves anyways.
It is, yeah.
And, just like I don't know you very well, but I can tell you're a good person. I can tell that you're genuine. I can tell you're doing good things and you're always putting yourself in positions to do good things. And the people who do know you that I know have nothing but good things to say about you. So that's good enough for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when, like, in a funny sense, when people have started to ask me this, the best thing I can describe is when Cardi B goes on stage and she's like, and thank you to all my haters. I'm like, well, yeah, though, because you got to use that to fuel that fire to be like, you know what, then I'm just going to keep on going, right? Because what I'm doing is not bad, but for some reason people have a problem with it, right? Is it because you should be doing it, right? And either way, as long as somebody's doing it and somebody has somebody to look at that's positive, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So.
And most haters are not doing anything.
They never are.
They're just watching.
Exactly. Those are the people that have the most to say. But whatever, keep watching, keep liking my stuff. Don't like it, but I can see who's creeping my profile. So keep on boosting statistics. Like, whatever. So.
That's good. That's oh yeah. Okay. Also, back to not being good at dancing.
Music?
No. You said your family hunts and fishes.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes. Okay. I love fishing.
Okay.
Love fishing. So, it's a big BC thing. Obviously, our fish, I think, are a lot better in BC than probably here, but maybe I'm just being biased. I feel like I would really enjoy fishing up north. I've gone up like far north in Black Lake, Fond du Lac, and did a bunch of basketball camps, but it's been in winter. So I would love to go in summer and actually do some fishing. Like, love casting. It's peaceful. It's therapeutic. All of that. Hunting, I'm like, I'll help out, but I don't like the shooting part, but I love animals.
Right.
Yeah. So hunting, I'll sway for fishing every single time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because my family, they're all fishers and hunters too. And I've never liked either, to be honest. But when I was like 13, I shot a bird once.
Yeah.
With a slingshot.
Good aim.
Yeah, well, I didn't think I was going to hit it.
Yeah.
Cried.
Yeah.
And that's my hunting experience.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. 1 for 1. Cried. And I was like, I'm not built for this.
Yeah.
And I've never done it again.
Yeah, that's me with hunting. I don't even try it, to be honest. I'm like, I can't do it. So fishing's my jam, though. I don't mind it. I can catch and release. Like, that's fine.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah. Yeah, it's such lots of my family too. They my one uncle for sure. Like, he used to guide for people in the States, go cool. Up north, and it's wild too. I was at a conference up north, Alberta, and there's so many Métis settlements up there, and how they live is so interesting. They showed me. I made my first drum up there.
Cool, hey.
It's so cool, and there's actually like ox up there that they hunt.
Super cool.
Yeah, they go into Northwest Territories because we're like an hour and a half from there, and there's like wild like
Just ox running around.
ox, wild buffalo, like everything. Like I've never seen a buffalo not in a cage, in a
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
fenced
Yeah.
area.
Same.
So to
Yeah.
see them wild up there, just running around, hanging out, like it was cool.
That's
Like
cool.
way
It's
different.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. How it used to be. Yeah.
yeah. And that there was a lot of fires up there,
Mm-hmm.
so we didn't. I wanted to go to Northwest Territories because I've never been there before, but they said it's probably not recommended because
Yeah.
all the roads are closed and stuff. But that would have been cool.
I would like to get up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just explore. So
Have you been to the territories ever?
no, never.
No,
That's
me
like
neither.
literally something I want to do. But
Yeah.
maybe one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then how long have you been speaking?
Okay, so speaking, I've been a part of 2 like mental health panels. So definitely very passionate about mental health just because
Mm.
obviously what I shared with you. And then my mom completed suicide 6 years ago. So those 2 panels would be technically my official speaking. But whenever we do basketball camps, I'm usually asked to speak about kind of the things I'm doing, how I got there, just because I played college basketball too, right? And then so what are some of the barriers? How do you get there? What do you want to do? So speaking, I'm new to it for sure. I would like to do more. I'd like to tell my story, and if it could help others um, better their lives, that's ultimately what I want to do. Yeah.
So when it comes to mental health, how do you, I guess it's like, I think like it's getting better, like support systems and stuff still could be way better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how do you think we could like shift to make it a lot better? Because even with me, I'm pretty new to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I got asked to come do some things, just with coaching boxing. A guy I met through that, he said I should come to a couple different things and help out and learn and things like that. And it's really opened my eyes to like some things people are going through. I didn't even know people went through that.
Yep.
So it was just like a lot of it was like very new
Mm-hmm.
to me, and it's still very confusing to me sometimes. I feel like I don't always understand, which is fine.
Yep. As long as you're
But
learning.
yeah, I'm just trying to learn and take it in, and I try to go to as much mental health focused things as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just so like I can also be a better leader. If people come to me,
100%.
I can at least send them in a direction.
Yep.
But for you, how do you? I guess where do you feel like it needs to go to see some improvement? I guess.
That's a great question. So that's going to be like our super high up people. But as somebody who works in schools, our mental health system is so bogged down essentially.
Mm.
So for just to get into a child psychiatry appointment, some of these youth are waiting years, and then by the time they actually get the appointment, say if they're 16, they're already aged out of the system. Now they're technically adults, so that appointment's not gonna, it doesn't stand for anything.
Right.
We got to remember we just went through a pandemic. We're in the technology age, so things that we didn't deal with before, we're now dealing with. Something that for sure needs to happen is we need more men's mental health. We have a lot of stuff geared towards women, which is great. It's great, but we need a lot more stuff with our men, and for our men to be okay being vulnerable and having those role models. And so someone that I love watching, someone that I'm always going to support is going to be Shaylin Fox, who's paving that way in our men's mental health right now.
Yep.
So kudos to you, Shaylin.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that we need, and something that we also need that's going to pertain to mental health is we have a lot of women's shelters. We don't have, like we have Salvation Army for men's. We need more shelters for our men that can allow single fathers with dads, or single fathers with children, because we have dads that are now coming into the system and they're taking care of kids. There's nowhere for them to go, and it's hard to get into family units. So I guess just based on my work experience and then my personal experience dealing with my own mental health, and then trying to navigate it after my mom's suicide, and I would say educated, as my background is psychology. I've worked in the ministry system. I've worked in the education system. So I'm well versed, I would say. I had a hard time navigating that. So we need to make it more accessible for people who won't know how to navigate that, maybe aren't as educated, are scared, that just don't understand it, and fair enough. And so what I'm seeing at an educational level is it's taking forever to get into appointments. We need more people, practitioners who are coming here. We need maybe more incentives to get people here to Saskatchewan. Something that's a big goal of mine is we have walk-in clinics for doctors. Like, and if you're sick, why can't we have walk-in clinics for your mental health, where maybe we're going to have fourth year students that need to get those hours that are under a supervisor? This is something that I would love to get on board with and create, where maybe someone can come in at least once a week instead of being seen once every 3 to 6 months. Because we know when you're in a crisis, you need to be seen now, not 3 months from now. There's already going to be how many crises, right? Yeah. And so it'd be nice to see something like that. And I know Victoria had something like that. It's just what it comes down to is writing a proposal, getting the funding, because everything's about money, unfortunately, and then getting that, and then having the right people do that. Stuff like that, I think, could go a long way, as having more access to those supports, men's mental health, shelters for men and children, because we have women and children, but why not men and children? They're parents too. And I think some of those things could go a long way.
So why do you think there isn't any for men and children?
I think honestly, because we're so stuck in the old days that women just take care of just the children, or like it's just women that are doing it. But our dads have always been in the picture. Our dads are actually doing more now, and some of our women aren't wanting to be parents anymore. And it's fair enough. Case by case is what it is, right? But we need more of that access, so then we aren't separating the dad and the kids, or the kids are going into group homes when you have one healthy parent and one unhealthy parent. But just because he's a male, he can't take his children there because it's all males, right? And so I think we're just stuck in the Stone Age, and we need to advance just where everything else is. Like technology age, we've advanced so far with that, but why are we still stuck in the Stone Age for our parenting, especially our men with children? They're parents too, and they care too, right? So
it's interesting because, like, when I go to lots of different events or even just like groups where people are sharing circles and things like that, the difference I see from somebody who's in their 50s struggling and somebody who's maybe a teenager at 20 and struggling, like you said, it's like so there's such a divide, because the older, like, they're still in the mindset like it was 50, 60 years ago, and then and then like a lot of times it just gets into an argument because their views are so different, and like how to heal, they can't even agree on how to heal. They argue about that, or what's right and what's wrong, and it's like sometimes it's tough to listen to, because I'm like, why do things have to be right and wrong? Why can't things just be like,
why can't everyone just heal on their own terms?
Right. Like that's right and that's right.
Yes.
Just because your way is working for you and not, doesn't mean they're wrong.
Exactly.
It's like, so that too is tough, because I heard, I listened to a podcast of this old farmer, and he was saying the happiest he ever was when he was just working on his farm, just supporting his family, his kids, his wife. He'd go out, farm, come home, eat. And then once like internet came, and then he started thinking like, maybe I'm not a good dad. Maybe I'm not, because he started comparing himself to all this stuff on the internet. Yeah. And he's like, maybe I am abusing, and then he got really depressed, and then he got suicidal. Yeah. But before the internet was big, he was so happy and thought he was just doing a good job protecting his family. And then once the internet got big, he started comparing, and that's when he got really depressed, because everyone was telling him he's raising his kids wrong, he's not treating his wife proper, and then that's when he like went to like a downward spiral for like almost 10 years. And then now he's on the other end again, where he like loves himself again. Yeah. But I'm like, that's wild. And that's like I guess like the the negative side of the internet and the information age.
100%. And that's, I would say, our biggest problem in elementary and high schools, because when we would have went to school, we didn't have that entirely. Like, and if we're getting bullied or something, or if we were having problems, we could leave school and it was at school and we could get away from it. Now now like these kids are surrounded by it 24/7 and they're like, oh, this person looks like this. Like our guys are programmed to think that they're just gonna be jacked at the age of 14. And I'm like, whoa, like that's like not how it works. Right. And our girls are made to be like so skinny and like big boobs, big butt, and like big lips. And I'm like, that's also not how it works. Like every person's different, but this is what the technology has done. So there's positives and negatives, right? And then now you got all these kids, which goes back to mental health, right? Being like, they're depressed, they're suicidal, they have rank anxiety, panic attacks, overthinking constantly because they're like, well, this is what this person looked like. This is what this person like sounds like. This is what they're doing. Why can't I be doing these things? But we're all different. And then we all have different stories, which makes us beautiful. But we've forgotten about that, right? Like we've forgotten that wrinkles are okay. They tell a story because we're so busy getting Botox all the time. Like I have no Botox. I'm like, I'm not getting it. These wrinkles, I've earned them some way or another. And I'm going to rep them. Like, this is just how it is and stuff like that. And people have seemed to have forgotten that. And our scars, they tell their stories, right? So technology has ups and downs.
We're good.
We're good? Okay. I was like, are we taking a break?
No.
Okay.
But no, that's like, I love when people have like unique things about them. And I always point it out. Because like that's my favorite thing about people is like if they have like a feature that I've never seen before, I'm just like, that is wild. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, it's different. It's cool.
Different. And it's like most people don't like the quality that they have that's like unique, they like the least.
Most time, yeah.
And it's like it's so strange.
It is, yeah. But like it's because society's telling you, hey, that's different. We don't like that. Right?
Yeah, just be like everyone else.
Basically, yeah. And so we have all these people just walk around. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Everyone has fake muscles, butts, everything nowadays.
And even the clothing. Everyone's wearing a university hoodie right now.
Yeah.
Or
like in Iowa or something like that, right? Man. Like it's different. And so, but that's what our society's telling us, right? And so it kind of just comes back to like thinking on our own. But I agree. Be unique. That's why I'm like, rock those wrinkles. Rock those crow's feet.
Yes.
So maybe get sunglasses, but I mean,
you know what I like about crow's feet is that it tells me you smile a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's going to tell you a lot. Yeah. Crow's feet, like the forehead wrinkles. Like, are you mad? What's going on? Right?
Yeah. It's funny, like the people who have like the permanent frown. I'm just like, ooh.
You don't know right away. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, is that me? Just sitting there with my RBF.
Yeah. You look happy always.
Do I?
To me.
Oh man, the kids are like Miss B because that's what they call me. Like Miss B, you're kind of scary. You're intimidating, and I'm like, well, somebody has to be around here. But it's because I'm always like working.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I'm like inside, I'm not like that. I'm like like joking around.
You seem like you have like a good aura, like a good energy.
I'll take it.
But you like seem strong too. Like I could tell by how you are that you're like a strong person. So maybe that like
that's what
intimidating.
It is. Yeah. Or it's because I'm actually hard knock. I'm like, go do your math, man. Quit bugging me.
You're probably like very straightforward and very blunt and very like, hey.
Yeah, which is also misconstrued too, especially as a female, right? So
Yeah. That it's there's like those personality types and like that straightforward, blunt, and then if you have the opposite, it's like they would never be straightforward and blunt unless they were angry.
Lashing out or something.
Or lashing out. So then they just put that on everyone else, right? Like how you internalize everything is how you externalize everything. So it's like if that person's being straightforward, they must be mad at me.
Yeah.
Because I would never do that unless I was mad. Yeah. So then they just think you're angry all the time because like that's like they're...
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll know when I'm angry probably. But I'll be like, hey, I disagree with this or something. Because
you'll be throwing hands?
No, these hands don't throw. They don't throw. Not yet.
You have to come box. Learn how to box.
I did kickboxing. I'm telling you that.
Oh.
But I was, because I still can't bend my finger. But I was squaring up with my hub. I accidentally punched him in the sternum, and I was like, I can punch.
Where did you kickbox again?
Shears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I did
Shears.
jiu-jitsu and kickboxing.
Yeah.
For a couple of years actually.
And that's the first place I went here.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't mind it.
I like it.
It was good, yeah.
How long were you there?
A couple of years. Seriously, deadliest workout I've
ever did. So you know Al?
Yes, I know Al. Troy.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did that. For a while, I was the only girl in jiu-jitsu, just rolling with all these dudes.
Yeah.
I usually roll with my husband. It's like healthy therapy. So I just take my gi and be like,
It's wild too, because it's such a male-dominated like jiu-jitsu. Yep. Even at Alliance.
Males too.
All guys. Yeah. All guys. 1 or 2 girls.
Yeah.
And I feel like jiu-jitsu would benefit women so much. Mm-hmm. You know, like,
and 100%,
it's like literally the whole concept is to attack a limb. So it's like if somebody's stronger, bigger than you, like they're not stronger, bigger, like their one arm isn't.
No.
So it's like attack their one arm, attack their neck, attack their leg, their foot.
It's very beneficial, I think.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, so the whole reason I got into that is because after my mom's suicide, I was angry. I was pissed at the world. And he was like, we got to get this out somehow. And he's like, but it's also good to know this is for self-defense. And what you're saying, it's legit for jiu-jitsu. Like, there were some guys that were like 6'6" in there, and yeah, they're going to be stronger than me, but in jiu-jitsu, it's actually smarter. You got to be 2 steps ahead. It's kind of like a human puzzle is the best way to describe it. Yeah. So if you're 2 steps ahead, you already kind of can bait them into what you want, and then wrap them up, right?
Like, so use their momentum.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you know that, so if someone attacks me, like, you know, you can do lots of different things. Right. It's smart. Yeah. And hands down, best workouts. Like, I've never sweat so much in my life. I was actually so good at doing push-ups because I kind of suck at them. And just like the cardio. My husband plays basketball too, and he's like, this is hands down the best cardio we have ever had. Mm-hmm. It was really good. Yeah.
What's your push-up game like now?
Oh man, maybe 12. I don't know. It's good. Not great.
That's pretty good,
it's
though.
It's not great. So I feel like I could be better. Way back when in basketball, I broke my left collarbone 2 times actually, and then I broke my left wrist within a year. And so I feel like since then I just kind of quit. So it's like was rebuilding it, and then you got people like Corey, Al, and Troy being like, that's not enough. Like, you can do more. I'm never going to back out because I'm competitive. So I'm like, shaking, and I'm like, I'll do it. But yeah, so. I
like Corey a lot too.
Oh, he's great. He's in North Battleford now.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't, but I did see Kayla was there. Yeah. I was like, that's our guy, Corey.
Because I took Corey, Jean, and Kayla there.
Okay, yeah.
And then she started doing some one-on-ones and stuff while she was out there. But I want to get Corey here. I want to get Corey on the podcast one day.
You should, yeah. He's great.
Yeah.
He's good stuff. He's so positive. He's good
so
with kids.
Positive.
So good with kids too.
Yeah. So talking about like powerful, like you, because you are, you're a powerful person. But like after going through some of the things you've went through, like how did you actually step into that power? If you even know how or understand, like, is there like a moment where you like had like a breakthrough where you're like, okay, I need to be helping people. I need to be, you know.
No, I don't think I would have thought it out. I think it kind of just happened. So I was in psychology, so I already knew I wanted to help people. And all of my work experience, it's always been like EGAD. So it's always been youth focused. I've always worked with high risk in what our society would call the bad kids. But there's never a bad kid. It's just a kid that's gone through some stuff, right? And that is my jam through and throughout. I love building connections with them. So I kind of already had that built in. And it took me a while to actually realize that, to be honest with you, which sounds kind of crazy because I'm in psychology and have that background, that I actually had really rank anxiety. And then the complex PTSD, I was diagnosed after my mom's suicide. But that was through a bunch of childhood things that had happened because I'd lost my dad too when I was about 11. And I'm an only child. So that's when I started to learn these things. But it was after the whole experience with my mom where I was like, hey, like if I'm having a hard time navigating the system, like how are other people doing it? And that's when I was like, you know what? I want to start advocating and start making these things known. And then also like learning about my diagnosis and what I do to cope with it, which I never had any clue. I just did sports, which is going to stem into my childhood and how I got acceptance and approval. And obviously unpacking a bunch of stuff with my therapist. So I never really thought about it, and I kind of just started doing it. And then as I started talking and starting to coach and doing the jobs that I do now, that's when I was just like, oh, like I want to actually start talking about these things and being open about it, which is probably the first step to be like, it's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to have PTSD. It's okay to cry, essentially, is what it is. It's okay to have these moments where old me would have been like, you're weak. You can't show that side of you. You can't be like that, which I feel like a lot of men could probably relate with as well. And being like, it's okay to have these moments and it's okay to talk about them because other people are also going to be struggling with these things. And so when I started kind of just being like, it's okay to be like this, it's okay to just be me.
Mm.
That's, I think, where it just started to drive. And then some of the organizations I worked for, like my first coaching gig ever was at Mount Royal. I didn't even know because I was freshly new to Saskatoon, but I was like, oh yeah, I want to get into coaching. It's Mount Royal. So I had like a multitude of things that I had to deal with on that team. But for me, like I said, like a kid's a kid. So you sit down with them and you say, what's going on? And you actually just shoot the shit with them and you're just real with them. But what a lot of these kids don't get is they're not heard. So it's listening. Um, and so once you can start that listening, that's when you're going to build trust. That's where the connection comes. That's where everything's going to fall into place. And a lot of people have to remember that you can't categorize all these people together. We're each different and unique, kind of what we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to meet the kids, you got to meet your friends, you got to meet your family where they're at. And every person's going to be different. And so kind of just having my work experience, my life, which growing up, I thought it was pretty good, to be honest, but that's all I would have known. Right. And then when I started talking to the therapist, she's like, well, this, and this. And I was like, well, you might be right about some of these things. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then, start talking about some of the traumas that I'm barely talking about now. And being like, wow, that was really messed up. That wasn't okay. And obviously I'm not going to go share that with youth, but I'm going to be like, I didn't come from an easy background. And I'm sure a lot of people probably just assume that based on looking at where I am today. But I had to work hard. I had to bust my butt and I had to break down a lot of barriers for me and my family, essentially, right? Being the first person on my Indigenous side to actually have a degree. In 2025, thinking about that, that's sad. Like I have cousins that are millwrights, which is awesome. That is good. But then I'm like, I'm the only one that has a bachelor degree and thinking about these things. And so as I got older, then I started to ponder these things, I guess. So at first I didn't think about it and I kind of just did it just because I enjoyed giving back. I enjoyed helping people because I could empathize with them and be like, I've been there, I felt that, and I'm here for you, kind of thing. And then so now that's where I've really put my name forward to be on these board of directors, especially for our Indigenous group here for SASPort, to be like, let me see the data. Let's start getting more things out for these kids. Let's start seeing a higher representation in post-secondary. How do we start reaching them? How do we build our coaches in communities so they feel confident too? Because that's who's teaching our children, right? And stuff like that. And then reaching our women in general and our boys too, I guess, as a whole, to be like, it's okay to have this stuff. But how do we take what we have here to get to here, essentially? And so the older I get now, that's where I'm thinking about it more now. How do I utilize my life and some of the things that I've went through that weren't great to communicate that in a healthy way to others, to be like, these are the strategies that I use, kind of what you're talking about with those men, right? To be like, this is what helped me, and whether they use it or not, like, it doesn't matter. But if just one kid uses it and makes a difference in their life, that's all I'm here for. That's all I wanted. So didn't think about it, but then have started to think about it now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good though. It's because I feel like I can really relate to how your mind works. I really like how you talk about, it's everything's individual.
Mm-hmm.
I really agree with that. And I really agree with when you were saying like, there's no good or bad. Cause like compared to what? Or compared to who? Like you're good compared to who? Like you're bad compared to who? And it's like maybe you're better than you were a month ago, So does that make you bad still? Or does that make like better than what? Like there's no really good or bad in your own journey.
Exactly.
It's just like let's try and be better compared to ourselves every day or every whatever.
Yep.
And I really think good or bad is just comparing to other people around you.
Just unrealistic standards.
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't even really make sense in your own journey.
Yeah. We need bad too. We have to fail
Right.
in order to learn, right?
Right.
And we're so scared of failure now.
Yeah.
And even I am at moments, and that's okay to admit, really. But we have to fail in order to learn from that experience what maybe we want to do differently in order to succeed, right? And our kids nowadays, not even kids, adults, right? If I'm just sitting here saying, oh, like I'm scared to fail,
Yeah.
right? That's kind of what it is. But good and bad is good. We need it in life.
I think adults' relationship with failure is way worse than kids.
Yeah. It's acceptable to fail as a kid, but as adults, society sees you as like, you're grown now, figure it out.
Incompetent, right? Or something.
Yeah, but we all have our own journeys, right?
Yeah.
So someone that's doing something at 25, like, cool. But if someone's doing it at 45, it's like, where are you? You're so slow, right? And but we gotta remember, everyone has their own journey. Everyone stems from something that we don't know, or they're fighting battles that we don't know, right? Like that quote. There's always something going on that we don't know. So,
so how do you try and create like a healthy relationship with failure?
So personally, I'm learning to be better with it. I put a lot of pressure actually on myself. And I always have. And I actually never realized this. And in all of my years of playing basketball, all of my years of playing fastball, this is going to be my 5th season of slow pitch. I've only ever had one coach in slow pitch who actually sat me down. And this was what kind of gave me the realization of this. She sat me down because I was kind of struggling. I was new to this tournament, new to this team. And obviously I want to do good, right? I want to be like, hey, I want to come back, right? So I want to impress people. I just want to do good because I believe I'm good. And she sat me down because she could tell I was getting flustered after a game, during a game even too. And she was like, Britt, you don't have to prove to anyone that you deserve to be here. You've already did that. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, you don't have to continue doing this. Like you've already earned, like you're here for a reason. But the fact that she sat me down, she created this safe space because before this moment, like we talked, but we weren't tight by any means, but I could feel it from her. I could feel that she was genuine, right? That she took the time to sit down with me. So that tells me right there, she cares. And she just reassured me that I didn't have to prove my worth actually. And that's when I was like, oh, it's okay to just bobble a ball on the diamond. It's okay to not get the hit that I want. It's okay to fail because that doesn't determine my worth. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be called names or not going to be a good player in people's eyes. So since that time, and that would have been my first season of slow pitch. So it's taken me this long to kind of figure it out because of based on my childhood, right? Going back to like how sports were associated with that, I'm learning that failure is good. That's okay. And I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm not going to lie. But it's good. And all it's teaching me is it's okay. It doesn't determine my worth, doesn't determine my player status. It's just teaching me that I need to believe in myself more because others believe in me, and why can't I do that, right? And that's what I got to do more of. But it's teaching me that I'm not going to be perfect. LeBron James ain't perfect, right? And he's one of the best basketball players in the world. Same with Michael Jordan, Kobe. They didn't hit every shot. So why do I feel like I need to make every hit, make every throw, right? And so I'm becoming better with it and just realizing that. But that coach that sat me down will forever be a very pivotal moment in my career for slow pitch for sure. And having that ideology and having that confidence in me when I go to big tournaments, like how I went to Spain, these are things that I think about is these pivotal conversations for just a simple conversation to me. And I'm an adult, right? It's crazy.
I love that. It just really shows like what a good coach is, you know, people who can recognize that and kind of call you out in a loving way
Mm-hmm.
is nice.
It was great.
Yeah.
Hands down, one of the best coaches I've ever had. That just knew, but didn't know me, but knew,
Right.
right? That's just that sense of connection.
Mm-hmm.
So when she did that it eased my nerves, which then means I have a sense of belonging now. I have a sense of connection. I have rapport and trust with her, which makes me play better. And it was a better tournament after that for me, for sure.
And what you should share how did the whole Barcelona?
Mm-hmm.
How did that all come about? How did you get to Barcelona?
So Barcelona was 2 years, so 2023, and I actually got asked to go to this tournament in Barcelona with a bunch of girls I've actually never played with. So a lot from Ontario, Alberta, and what got me on the team was my hitting. And so when I got there, obviously I'm going to be nervous. No girl has ever went from Saskatchewan. We don't get asked for tournaments like this. We're from Saskatchewan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a lot of pressure on me because I want to do good, and B, I want them to be like, okay, we got gamers in Saskatchewan. So it's not just about me at the same time. It's about our girls in our province. I want them to have these opportunities as well, right? And so when I got there, I literally I remember sitting on the bench and I was shaky, obviously, because I'm nervous, my anxiety, I'm overthinking. And then I was like, you know what? I deserve to be here too. And it just went away. And I ended up coming out of that whole tournament with all the teams from Europe and the States of being the 7th top batter, which landed me a Rawlings sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
And so being sponsored by Rawlings, I now represent 3 brands. I'm linked to Al Anderson's as my store. And I'm the first in the province between a female and a male to be sponsored. So it's apparently a big deal. I just like to play the game, do what I do what I love, right? And keep doing it while I'm young and healthy. So,
And you're still playing?
Still playing, yeah.
And basketball as well?
So basketball, I just play senior women's. I do some tournaments, but slow pitch is taking up a lot of my time right now. Right. So even in the off season, like I think for this upcoming end of the year and next year, I'm already from my out of country tournaments. I'm supposed to go to Vegas, Florida, and Italy to compete again. So yeah, so it takes up a lot of time.
Have you been to Italy?
I have, yes. Love it. For just backpacking. Okay. But this time I'm going to play ball and I'm going to backpack a little bit before. So, because it's going to be hot when I'm playing. It's going to be like 43 degrees. Ooh. Yes. So I'd like to get like climatized and used to it before I go. Because we got to wear like long pants and long socks, right? So, yeah.
I played baseball for 2 years of my life. I was a pitcher.
How was that?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Good.
I had fun. I played, like my dad played ball his whole life. Mm-hmm. So he really wanted me to play ball. So I did it for 2 years. But honestly, my pitching makes you sore.
Yeah.
Like all you're doing is throwing yes. as fast as you can.
Yeah.
At practice, all you're doing is throwing as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And then like I was just like, oh,
it's just a whole bunch of crunching in here now from 2 years.
I don't know. It was just yeah, I don't know. I just called it.
Yeah.
I was pretty like young too. Like it was pretty young. So it didn't last long.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And then I shifted to basketball.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we'll have to play one-on-one sometime.
We can do it, yeah. We can go. We can make some bets. I'm all about bets all the time. So
I challenged Tristan too.
Oh, I'll challenge him too. Call him up. We can go.
He said he's a better golfer than he is basketball player.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Do you golf?
Heck no, you don't want me to golf. I'm too. Actually a major slicer, but in the bushes. So I got to bring like 20 balls. But I do want to go to the Dakota Dunes one. I heard that one's hard, but I was like, I don't care. It's nice. I just want to go out there and play. So.
Have you never been out there?
Like on the golf course? No, not yet.
Interesting. So. I've only played one round my whole life. One round of golf. Was it with
Kayla? Because they're good.
No. I don't think they would want me.
I call her to be on my team. She can carry me.
Yeah, she's real good.
Yeah. No, golf's not my jam.
I'm more of mini golf.
Okay, yeah, same. Yeah, I can do that. I could hack mini golf. Golfing, no.
Okay, so what when you speak or when you work with kids, when you work with these teams, what are some like lessons from sports, from playing high level sports that you've kind of like kept that you try and bring into, working with kids, maybe when you're speaking? Is there any that like really, really stay
Like,
with you?
I guess like once you get there, because when you go from high school to college or university, so in high school you're like the best of the best, but then
Mm,
when you go to college and university, you're now at the bottom of the barrel.
right.
That's a hard adjustment, and I
Yeah.
struggle with that as well. You go from starting to now not starting,
Mm,
so it is a mental block, I would say. So something that I like to tell kids about is we we got to work on the mental aspect. Obviously, like I said before, mental health.
right.
We got to remember our brain controls our body. So we need to make sure our brain is working how it should be in order for our body. Because if we're not in the right mind space, our body's going to become to get more sore. We're not going to want to do things. It's just not going to work out. So what I try to tell these kids is you got to start having these thoughts about this already. You're going to have to be okay with being pushed harder, that's for sure. Because in high school you're the best of best, so you're already doing it. But when you go to college and university, you have to work way harder now to get that playing time. You got to work way harder because you're now playing with the best of the best in high school, but even better because you're going to have fifth years, fourth years, right? They're going to be
Mm,
stronger and bigger. So that's something that I like to tell the kids, just to kind of start thinking about and having these thoughts and ideologies of maybe what college and university is going to be like. By no means I'm trying to scare them,
yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, you're going to want to start training and doing these things. So some things that, I would tell them being like, you're going to have to do a lot of cardio. Like things that I did was morning practice. So 6 a.m., go to school all day, practice again in the evening. Weekends, you're on the road. That's a lot. Um, a lot of our kids at some of our high schools, they don't do morning practices. So it's like an afternoon practice. And then they have 2 games per week. And sometimes they're doing tournaments.
Right.
So the adjustment, it's hard. So I'm like, you want to start building up that cardio and that endurance now, try to go to training. But some of these kids, like, they don't have access to that, right? So I'm like, what can you do if you don't have access for that? Use the land, right? You can start sprinting up hills, depending on where you're from.
Mm,
You can use all sorts of things to get ready. So those are some of the conversations I like to have with our kids that are starting to go. And then also, as part of my previous coaching is navigating. I had 3 athletes that actually went and played college and university, and them reaching out to colleges and universities or like recruits talking to them, and some of them aren't always going to have those kids' best interests at heart, right? They're going to try
right.
to use them to better their team, but they're also not going to want to give them full rides, right? So I'm like having these conversations of being like, like you have to know your value essentially, because you can be like, well, I want this and this. Like, you can't just go with what they're saying. They're not in control. You're also in control. So it's teaching
Right.
young kids to advocate for themselves too.
That's really important. Like that's a really good thing to teach, because I think that goes not just with sports. It's kind of
Everything.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people who get good marks in high school, they go to university and that they feel that same way.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it's like, well, this is hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the smartest person in my school anymore,
Yeah.
and that's why a lot of people drop out, or with sports they just quit
Mm-hmm.
because they go from being praised so much
Nothing.
to nothing. And then they feel lost too, because they put so much effort into this thing. It kind of became them, who they were,
Their identity.
and now
Yeah.
they have no identity.
Yep.
And now they're lost.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
tough.
hard, but
Yeah.
right, you can't give up, and that's also the teaching points that
Mm-hmm.
I teach when I'm either coaching, speaking for work. It's things are going to be hard. Life's hard. You can't
Life's
give
hard.
up. So the
Mm,
same thing for going to university, going to get a job, right, with employers. These are all hard things. Moving out on your own, like these are all hard things that we've all had to go through. You can't let it scare you, right? And it's just building up that confidence in them and making them aware of those situations so that they're kind of prepared for it. So
that's good.
yeah.
We're coming to an hour right now.
Okay, nice. Is
Good.
that
That's
usually
good.
how long it is?
Yeah, we usually go
Okay.
for about an hour.
Okay.
There's some things I wanted to kind of like rapid fire.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try nice and quick.
Yeah.
Not long-winded. Yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite athlete?
LeBron James. Or
Nice.
actually, so LeBron James, I love Kelsey Plum. That is my girl for
Okay.
WNBA. Yeah.
Okay.
She was, in my words, like the Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is wild. I just heard this stat
Mm-hmm.
about Caitlin Clark. She just got the most, I think it was either 20 or 25 point games with 10 assists
Mm-hmm.
in WNBA history
Ever. Yeah.
in 42 games.
Yeah.
The person who held it before had like 500 games.
Yeah.
And she broke it in 42 games.
She's insane.
That's
she
insane.
is a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Like literally, you got all these little jerseys of Clarks everywhere. It's amazing. And same with Juju Watkins, who isn't in the WNBA yet. Love her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's who to watch out for next.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to hype song?
Oh man, Let Her Cook. Have you heard it?
No.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
Come on, I'm going to play right now.
Okay.
Then you know.
Just
the
how
intro.
pumped you got, I
yeah.
100% believe you.
I'm like, right here. It's so good. See? Glorilla. How do you not get pumped on this?
That is so awesome.
Just right away. I knew.
That was awesome. And you just had it ready to go? He's probably going to ask me this.
It's on my like number one song. That's why I was like, yeah, I listen to it all the time.
That was awesome. I'm so glad I asked that. Do you have a quote?
No. That's actually a great question because Rawlings is like, you need to come up with a quote.
Okay.
And I don't actually have one or one that I love.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite recovery snack?
Oh man, recovery snack. Well, that's if we're playing lots of games, so it's gonna be pasta.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
That's actually my favorite thing in the world. The thing I eat the least of.
Same. So I can't. Yeah. I'm lactose, so I can't have I can't have
that's
Alfredo.
Even worse.
It is. So it's just regular spaghetti for me. But I love it. Love it. Boston Pizza has the best Smoky Mountain. Like it's huge for like $25, but it's like that's 4 meals for me.
They have the jambalaya?
Yeah.
Boston Pizza?
That's mediocre. Come on.
What are you talking about? It's the greatest thing I've ever had.
You're sticking with jambalaya. I got to regular spaghetti. Glad we're on the same page.
That's so funny. Okay. I think we'll call it at that. This was awesome. It was good to get to know you.
That was my favorite thing.
Oh, man.
Is it okay if I take a selfie and post on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Now you're going to know that song forever. I don't have my pop socket anymore, so it kind of sucks. Perfect.
Okay, well, thanks for coming. That was awesome.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything else. That was fun.